no fighting.
I unfortunately regret to inform that the Smashing Machine largely did very, very little for me.
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world.
The movie follows Mark Kerr just a couple years before the turn of the century, and it's very much a slice-of-life movie here. It's very meandering, there isn't a ton of story or plot, it's a lot of vibes. Unfortunately, as an MMA fan and a Safdie Brothers fan, it really does pain me to say that this movie was, like, frictionless. Like, there's not a lot going on, at least not beyond the surface. You know, as I was sitting in the theater, I kept thinking to myself, when is this movie gonna add some actual drama into the mix? You know, I'm all for meandering slice of life stories, but this movie, shockingly, has not a lot going on, which is weird because the beats are there, the story is there, like, on paper, but somehow, some way, the weight behind it all isn't. You can show the trials and tribulations of Mark Kerr all you want, but you also have to make me care. The movie's trying to do a lot of things, but doesn't do a good job at exploring almost any of them. It tries to explore things like Kerr's battle with addiction, his relationship with Dawn Staples, Emily Blunt's character. It doesn't do a good job at portraying his MMA skills or potential for violence in the cage. It doesn't do a good job at exploring the high of winning a fight feels like. Imagine beating another human being in a fight. What would that feel like? The high that you must get. The movie doesn't really care to explore it that much. Doesn't do a great job at exploring what even outsiders of the bloodiest sport in the world think of it either. Hell, or even the actual sport itself, it doesn't really do a good job at portraying or exploring. Like the fight scenes, for example. I get that it's a movie, but if you watch actual MMA, the guys are moving so much faster than how they're portrayed in this movie. It very much feels like you're just watching people pretend to fight instead of actual fighting. And I don't know if that's a good thing when you're watching an MMA movie. Like I said, sadly, the movie barely scratches the surface of pretty much everything it's trying to tap into. The best thing it offers from a story perspective is somewhat of a glimpse into what it may feel like losing a fight. That sometimes it's good to lose. And I think those moments are where the movie really excels, those quiet, meditative moments before and after a fight in the locker rooms. But with a story like this, where an athlete has what feels like the weight of the world on his shoulders fight after fight, you think there'd be more bite here. As for the performances, they vary. Like, Emily Blunt is okay as Dawn Staples. I don't think the movie gives her a lot to do, unfortunately. If anything, it just feels very like run-of-the-mill. Kind of just feels like she's the crazy girlfriend character, you know? And there's not much more going on beyond that. Perhaps that's how it is in real life, you know, with Dawn Staples and Kerr. I don't know. Honestly, that point of MMA history is well before me. But yeah, the performance from her, it's okay. She doesn't really have a lot to do, to be honest with you. And their relationship kind of suffers for it a bit. And you know what else suffers? Ryan Bader.
That's Ryan Bader's ass, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of him next time. You keep talking, Bader. I wanted to fight you. I asked to fight you multiple times, Bader. Bader, come on. I asked to fight you. They said, Daniel, what do you want? I said, I want the easiest fight in the division. I want Ryan Bader.
Listen, I really appreciate that they casted real fighters in the movie, you know, to give it this authentic feel and experience, especially how it's shot. It feels very authentic, it feels very visceral and real. And again, like I said, as an MMA fan, I gleamed more towards the little details about the sport and the little details about the fighters. There's even like a scene here that very much reminded me of Rampage on The Ultimate Fighter.
That sucks.
This scene in particular, I swear this is done identically in the Smashing Machine, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose or not. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Ryan Bader cannot act. Listen, you know, he's an MMA fighter for a reason and not an actor, because he can't act. He's not Michael Bisping. You know, if you want a fighter that can act, you get Michael Bisping.
That's how you put yourself out there. You believe it, and you achieve it. And that's what I do. I know what I'm going to do. I know that I'm better than this.
Sounds like
I
the
know
worst
that I'm gonna
self-help
knock him
book you've
out.
ever read. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up.
You don't get Ngannou. And you don't get Ryan Bader. You just don't. Or even Usman, respectfully. Like, you know, you don't do this.
These men should be ashamed to show their faces.
Watch your tone, Jabari.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Oof. Oh boy. I don't know. He has a lot of screen time and a lot of moments call for some serious emotion from him, and the dude cannot bring it. There's one moment in particular in a hospital room where you're like, oh, this is the part where like Ryan Bader's gonna freaking give it. He's gonna try to act right here, and then he just doesn't, and it like sucks the air out of the scene. It's very odd. It's troubling because like The Rock feels like he is acting better against Emily Blunt. But when he's acting against Ryan Bader, I think Ryan Bader's like weighing him down a little bit in the scene. I don't think he's a great scene partner. Not because I will say this, Ryan Bader is charismatic. You know, there is an authenticity to what he's doing in the movie. But in the serious moments, he just can't do it. But yeah, like for someone like The Rock, you know, if you want to have like a really strong comeback story that you have like actual legitimate dramatic acting chops, I think you want to have a good scene partner to do it against. I think that's why the scenes between him and Emily Blunt are like the strongest in the movie from a dramatic standpoint, because you have this really great actress acting against a guy who's trying to give it his all. Otherwise, the bad actor is going to be taking away some attention from how good your performance is, and the juxtaposition there was just maybe a little bit too much for me to handle. Like Ryan Bader, he was pretty bad, unfortunately. And it also doesn't help that the music is blaring anytime there's any emotional climax happening in the film. Benny Safdie worked with Christopher Nolan on Oppenheimer, and I think he took maybe one too many notes from old Nolan, because seriously, man, the music is a lot. Nolan has that issue where he just likes to blast music in his movies as a way to, like, I don't know, tell the audience how to feel. And this movie feels like it very much does that too. Music should elevate a scene and not control it. And unfortunately here, the latter happens quite often. As for the elephant in the room, I mean, Dwayne Johnson's performance as Mark Kerr is pretty dang good. Honestly, it feels like the sole reason the movie even exists at all. He hits all of the beats that you'd want and expect from a role like this, with grace, humility, and subtlety, while still being a hulking hunk of man-meat. But Johnson's performance, it's really down to the minutia. It's down to the subtleties for me. Like, the way that he walks around rooms as though to like not intimidate people or to show people that he's not trying to like stomp on them. You know, he's very, very delicate with people around him. But Oscar-worthy performance, as a lot of people are talking about, honestly, I'm not entirely convinced. And it's not because I don't think he could deliver a statue-worthy performance. If anything, I think this movie proves that he can. I think Dwayne Johnson has it in him to deliver a really damn good performance, but like any actor, he needs the material to get there. And I don't think the Smashing Machine has it.